Hello again in this installment of Spiritual Wisdom. Today I'm going to be talking about mind, body, soul balance. Like keeping the mind, the body, soul in balance. And to all of you who are part of my channel and support me here, I'm just so grateful to have this little community, and I'm grateful to all of your support. And if you're new here, my name is Nicholas, and on my channel I talk about witchcraft, Wicca, paganism, self-love, and all manner of spiritual topics. So today we're going to be talking about this concept, the mind, the body, soul. So there was a great magazine about this, like mind, body, soul, that I would subscribe to, and each week it would go into things that were good for your mental health, your physical body, as well as your spiritual health as well. And this idea, mind, body, soul, it's found in a lot of Eastern practices, traditions. And the principle is, if you're in a good place mentally, you'll feel good emotionally. And then you'll feel good in your physical body, your emotional body, and your soul, well, your chakras would feel good, and your aura, your physical body would also feel good. But usually, and it's so true, because if someone has got a lot of worry in their mind, so they're thinking a lot of negative thoughts, they're thinking a lot of bad sort of thoughts, and they're very worried, very stressed in their mind, and they've got a lot on their mind, then they tend to feel stressed in their body, because disease leads to disease. And more often that is what happens. It leads to disease and illness as well. This is what sort of happens. And there was one person I spoke to who had a lot of trauma in their heart, but it was related to a lot of stress as well. And they got some energy healing, which helped them find out where that pain came from and helped them heal from it. It wasn't for me, but they did get a reading from me, and that came up in the reading. But that is so, and it's so important daily to check in with yourself. Are you in a good place mentally? What's going on in your head? What are you thinking? And how do you feel in your heart, your soul, your emotional body? How do you feel physically, emotionally? How do you feel? And then spiritually would be, do you feel in any pain anywhere? Could that, a lot of people that I've witnessed with their root chakra quite unbalanced. So the root chakra is at the bottom of the spine. But if someone's very stressed, they've got a lot on, they're helping every Tom, Dick and Harry, they're not taking time for themselves, they feel their life's very chaotic, very unbalanced, they start to get pain in their feet, their legs, all the way up to their hips, to the top of their spine, at their shoulders. They've got this chronic pain. And that's how it starts. The root chakra becomes unbalanced. Then this particular chakra, if you feel there's a lack of passion and motivation in your life, your solar plexus becomes unbalanced. And then if you feel that you can't do anything and you feel so uncomfortable, so unconfident, your solar plexus, your sacral, which is yellow in nature, with your root, where your belly button is, your sacral's at the rib cage. And if you feel quite a lot of pain, a lot of sorrow in your heart, a lot of heaviness in your heart, this is a sign that your heart chakra is unbalanced. And that's how it starts, and the mind to me is a gateway to so many things. The mind is a gateway to, because when we meditate or we pray, we're getting into the higher mind, which, is communicating to the self-conscious mind, our higher selves, our inner voice, our intuition. So as well, the mind is a gateway to the divine. It's a gateway to manifestation and manifesting our goals. And the message in this video, it's so important to make sure you're in a good place mentally. Now, we might have bad thoughts. We might be going through a difficult time in our life. So we're thinking negative, we feel very stressed. That's okay. You just have to remind yourself, allow yourself to think those bad thoughts for a time, allow yourself to feel that way, but then focus on transforming those negative thoughts and ideas into something positive. And if you feel upset, allow yourself to cry, allow yourself to feel upset, let it all out. And then understand what you're feeling is natural and it's not going to last forever. And then it's a good idea to maybe meditate, to feel where your chakras, are there any heaviness in any particular part of your body, like are there any heaviness in your legs, your root chakra, are there any pain in a specific part of the body, are there any tightness, Some people, they end up getting a sore throat or tightness because they're afraid to speak their truth and express themselves as well. And again, it's so important to make sure you're in a good place mentally, make sure your physical body's good and your emotional body, and also just make sure your aura. And also sometimes it's a good idea, like this is a service I do offer as well, which is psychic scanning, which checks in, and if you get psychic scanning, this can show what's going on in your aura field, and what's going on there, what's going on in your aura field, are there any chakras that need some help. And it's a good idea to get some psychic scans to see are there any pain you're in, are there any chakras unbalanced. So it is a service that I offer, and if you're interested in the services I do, you can just contact me through YouTube, leave a comment, and add me on Facebook, and I'll add you back, and we can talk about details and things like that. And in a few weeks' time, I hope this year I'm going to do it, but I'll do it at some point. You can join me on Patreon, and if there's any services that you would like to get, just let me know on Patreon as well. As always, this is me just sharing food for thought, some ideas, some knowledge as well, and it's so important to, and I can't stress that enough, but it's so important to make sure you're in a good place mentally, physically and emotionally, and making sure your aura, your chakras are in a good place as well. However, until next time, have an amazing, magical, wonderful day. May we meet, may we part again. Blessed be.